There's no better feeling than hitting your favorite trail perfectly, hitting all those features on the way down. Every corner, every jump is nailed. That's all down to line choice, and that's a massive part of your riding. So today, we're gonna be helping you guys pick the perfect lines for your e-mountain bike. When riding downhill on your e-mountain bike, it's really important to hit those right lines because the added weight of these bikes, meaning they're going to carry a lot of speed. So if you hit the wrong line, it can be pretty hard to get them back on track. You're going to lose a load of speed and risk a possible crash. One key feature when it comes to downhill riding is all about flow. You really need to think about where you're braking, where you're laying off the brakes, and how you tackle that tech terrain. It's really worth keeping those heads up and looking for the downslopes and landings that you can land into. You pump these things, they're going to give you a load of speed for free. There's three main options when it comes to choosing your lines. You've got safe options, you've got fast lines, and you've got fun lines. Now, which one of those lines is up to you? Now, this section of trail has three different lines. It's got a real safe line, which is coming in through the middle here, nice and low, skirting round the bottom of the trail. The midline, you come into this line nice and wide, exit, pump through here. There's kind of a central line. It's a little bit off camber, but it's definitely going to be fastest into this next section of trail. But what I'm liking the look of is this section on the right. It's a bit of a kicker. It's going to allow me to get a bit of air underneath my wheels. I'm going to jump right over this section of trail, land in here, little drift. Going to be loads more fun than going flat out. So let's take a look at this section of trail, all about the different lines that are available. As I come in, the trail actually forks. You've got one track off to my right and another track down to my left. Now the right-hand trail looks like the line that a lot more riders are using, so it's going to be the safest way down the trail. It's off camber, it's quite nice rolling, it's quite nice and smooth, and it isn't that technical, so it is a nice safe option, maybe if you're going to be riding this trail for the first time. But that lower section, the lower line, is definitely more direct. You've got a little bit more technical features, you've got off camber coming in, a bit of loose sand there, and a bit more technical as you come out of it. But what I have spotted in the middle of the trail is a nice line that it doesn't look like a lot of people ride, but it's definitely going to be the faster line. So if you come down the mid section of the trail, ride the off camber, carving it across, meaning that you're going to get more energy coming into that off camber. You're going to push into these roots, jump off of here, and land into that downslope, pumping that. That means you're going to get a load of speed. It's definitely the more direct and a lot faster line down this bit of track. You're going to have to think about the speed that it's going to generate into the next section of trail and make sure your lines are dialed on that as well. So there you go, an easy line, a more direct line, and a faster, maybe a little bit more fun, and a lot more quicker line in the middle. Even on single track trail riding, there are once again loads of options. It's not just one line. So you really need to open your eyes, head up, and think outside of the box too. Just on this section of the trail, the left-hand side, it's got quite a drop, met by another drop. It's quite a series of steps with some big holes in there, meaning if you were to ride this left hand of the trail, the bike and you are going to be shook around quite a bit. Each one of those troughs that the wheel drops in, you're going to be losing speed, you're going to be losing a bit of control. If you were to hit the right hand side of the trail, there's a nice roller as it comes in, and the steps are less pronounced, meaning the bike's going to skip across there a lot faster. So even on normal trails, there is definitely even more than one line. A fun part of riding your e-mountain bike is actually doing the climbing too, and you can further enhance its abilities to climb by choosing good lines. When it comes to a smooth climb like this, it's all about getting in the right power mode, usually going to be boost or turbo mode, and getting in an easy gear, ready to hit the bottom of the climb. And it's just about feeling the grip. If you've got that grip, it's time to spin that cadence up and keep it spinning whilst you focus at the top. If you get wheel spin, then back off and try and find grip again. But it's just a matter of fact, keeping that momentum in the bike and driving it to the top of these smoother climbs. However, if you're riding a technical trail, it gets a little bit different. So a few things to think about when it comes to tackling a technical climb is to think about where you're going to keep the flow on the bike. Momentum is definitely key here. If you get to a bomb hole kind of section like this, it's going to take all the speed out of the bike. If there was to be a loose section, you need to think about wheel spin. It's all about looking ahead, looking up the hill and thinking about where you're going to do the power delivery, then looking at the obstacles that are going to cause you problems. Things like this could be a pedal strike, the route could be a wheel spin, then you've got soft sand. So I know soft sand is going to cause a wheel spin. So So I'd be trying to travel through this bit with a bit of a momentum and trying to deliver the power once I was back on the limestone, knowing that I've got good grip there. It's all about looking ahead, keeping the momentum going, and as I say, looking for those obstacles. Right, so it's time to take a look at a nice climb section that we found. Now this has 3 different options. Off the rider's left, you have quite a technical loose climb, which is right on the edge of all the fauna as well. So there's going to be a lot of debris that's going to roll from that, and probably a lot more chances of wheel spin. It does look like quite a nice mellower line, which has a couple of steeper rock steps. In the middle, we've got a really steep section, then an even steeper limestone section, which I think is going to be right on the limits of climbing on your e-bike. A lot of grip there, but it could, you know, it's a lot of effort to get up there. And then to the right, you've got another option, which means cutting across the camber of the rock and lessening that climb out. You haven't got such a sharp climb, then you can kind of camber back across and reach the summit. We're lucky enough to be in the dry, dusty conditions here today in Malaga, but back home in England, we have our fair share of wet weather climbs. Now, climbing when it's slippy is definitely an art. Now, a few little tips for you, and line choice. The edges of the trail are going to probably be the most slippy. You need to sit in the middle of the trail. It's usually where everyone is going to be riding. It's therefore you should find a bit more grip and therefore a lot more drive. Another little tip is to look out for where water runs. Water usually washes all that slippy stuff out of the way and usually goes down to the base material. So if you can get in the water, you're going to find a load of grip, and therefore it should get you to the top of the trail rather than sitting there wheel spinning or pushing your bike up. Lines, they're an important part of e-mountain biking, whether you're going up the hill, down the hill, or even across. There's a multitude of them on every single trail, so make sure you're maximising the most of that trail. But let us know down in the comments box below whether you like fast or you like to ride fun. Personally, I like to ride fun. Getting those wheels off the ground, having a bit more fun on the trail is more appealing than going fast. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up if you've enjoyed the video, and don't forget to subscribe to eMBN, and don't forget to find us on social media too.